Are you ready to discover your next favorite metal band? In this video I'm gonna tell you about and play songs from 5 new metal bands that are making waves in the metal community and you need to know about. There's everything on here from hard rock to black metal, and there are 2 bands on here that I'm kind of ashamed that I didn't know about before. As some of you might know, I live, breathe and sleep heavy metal. I have a serious concert addiction and I'm constantly looking for new bands. So what does a man like that do? Well, with my technically gifted friend, we figured out a way to do a Spotify playlist that gets updated every Friday with all new metal and rock, called New Metal and Rock Weekly. This playlist is perfect both for new discoveries and to make sure you never miss a release from your old-time favorites. So make sure to subscribe. There is a link in the first comment below. The first band that I found on my playlist is Contra. They were founded 2018 in Louisville in Kentucky. I think you say Louisville, Kentucky. What I like about this band, it has a unique blend of kind of blackened death metal with very kind of melodic elements. Let's just hear a sample. So this song is off their latest release, The Way of Ancient, that came out earlier this year. But they made an album back in 2020 already, which kind of got them attention. People were very impressed with their guitar work, and they have this kind of mystique, fantasy, Diablo video game feel somehow. So what I really like about this band is the guitar work in general, plus I think the singing is just amazing. And if you're a fan of Emperor Dissection, you will like this band. So this band is one of 2 that I'm a little bit ashamed that I didn't know about before, because these guys have actually been delivering kind of Viking metal with a Blackened edge since 2006. This is Asen Blute from Germany, and the song is called Entfesselt. It's off their new album that just came out recently and was on my playlist, obviously. Now, this is Viking metal, but with a twist. I think this is a little bit kind of darker and heavier than some of the other Viking metal that is out there. And I often feel with Viking metal that it can be a little bit silly. It's definitely not silly with these guys. And they sing in German, and that adds a level of evilness into it, because a nation that says, I love you, Ich liebe dich, it can only make dark stuff darker. So these guys came with their first album in 2008, and I think they've made 7 albums since then. They're actually touring Germany now. They have a few gigs left, I think, and I think for fans of Amon Amarth, Ensiferum and bands like this, you will like this band, Asen Blute. And from the Vikings in Germany, we go to the real Vikings, back up in Finland, where a group of young guys has created a band called Cryptic Hatred. Cryptic Hatred's music is deeply rooted in kind of the old school death metal, but with a very modern edge and a great sound. It's intense, it's fast-paced, it has this relentless energy, that, you know, youthful energy somehow. And what I really like about this album is that it's a diversity. It kind of goes everywhere. If you're a fan of bands like Cannibal Corpse or Bloodbath or Entombed, whom one member features in a band later, and I'm embarrassed about not knowing about, you will like this band. They're actually touring in Finland now with the Wolfheart, so I think there's a chance to catch them and you can go and visit Santa up in Lapland. Now this band, or a one-man show, or whatever I should call it, is a bit of an enigma for me. Because Danicide is, as far as I can see, a Paraguayan artist based in the UK, but I'm not 100% sure, so if anyone knows, happy to hear about it. The music is dark, it's industrial, it's introspective. Check this out, guys. Now this song, Erased, is a new single, but there was a full album called Broken in 2023. I have a feeling that this band is influenced by, Deftones, Korn maybe, Nine Inch Nails definitely, maybe even Ministry, Filter. And as a huge fan of Nine Inch Nails, there is just something in this music that does something for me. It's depressive in a refreshing way. Now, before we get into the last band, I'll be very happy if you'd like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I also do album reviews, I do concert reviews, and I do interviews. Now, as I said earlier, there was 2 bands on this list that I was a little bit embarrassed about not knowing about. First of all, Asen Blute from Germany, and then secondly, this band. Partly because the music style that they play, and secondly because of one of the members of the band. Now, that band is Lucifer, that was founded in Berlin in 2014 by a singer called Johanna Sadonis, but it has relocated since then to Stockholm. That brings in that member that I know. Now this band plays old school 70s metal. Let's check this out before we talk more about it. This song is off the latest album that came out earlier this year, named Lucifer 5, so you can guess what the other 4 albums that came before were named. Overall, this music has this kind of doomy, gloomy riffs. It's very kind of retro feel somehow. It's, Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, Pentagram, and bands like that. So as I said, Johanna moved the band from Berlin to Stockholm, and she has a guy in the band called Nick Anderson. He's just not some Nick. I mean, this guy was a founding member of Entombed. He was in Helicopters. He's a drummer, guitarist, composer. This guy has done everything. A legend in the Swedish game. Lucifer regularly tours US and Europe, and they're actually touring in South America right now. And then I think they have a European tour coming up in November. So check them out, and there is a link, as I said, in the description below to their album. So these are bands that I recently discovered on my playlist. Have you heard these bands? Do you know them? What do you think about them? And what bands have you discovered? Now don't forget to follow that playlist, link in the comment and the description below, and hit subscribe for weekly updates every Friday, new metal and rock, straight to your telephone, computer, or whatever else device you're using your Spotify on. Now here are 2 more videos of similar nature about bands that I thought would break it big this year. Some of them have, some of them maybe a little bit less. So check those 2 videos out. I'll see you over there.